Hello, everyone. Hello. I hope you're having a good week. It's been a productive one here at the CDC. We will go ahead and get started. So thank you for joining me for this week's edition of Tina Talks Finance. In this crazy time of COVID-19, it's more important than ever to find the best prices on the products we love. But did you know that savings could equal hundreds of dollars a year? Today, we will discuss the habits of a money-savvy consumer. The first habit of a money-savvy consumer is how we shop. If you are money-savvy, you will shop differently than someone who is not. We covered a list of shopping habits last week, and if you missed last week's talk, search hashtag Tina Talks Finance and look for the label Spending Do's and Don'ts that was posted last week. I just want to brush up on a couple of important points from last week, and those are targeted and comparison shopping. Targeted shopping is when you buy only what you need and you leave the rest in the store. An example is taking a list to the store and only buying from that list, meaning you're going to go home with no impulse buys. Comparison shopping is seeking out the best price, and this will not only help you find the best price, but it will also keep retailers competitive. Remember, if your favorite store does not offer the best price, that doesn't mean that you can't buy it from them. Just ask them if they can price match. But you will only know what the best price is if you've done your homework. Even during this unprecedented time, it is important to plan ahead for emergencies, which is our second point. Emergencies can become extremely expensive if we are not prepared. Money-savvy consumers are prepared for small emergencies at all times, because when we are not prepared, we will likely be forced to finance our emergencies, which makes that emergency even more expensive. Here's an example. Imagine I have a flat tire that cannot be fixed. This can be a minor inconvenience or a major catastrophe, but the choice is ours only before the crisis happens. Once the emergency happens, we've lost the time to prepare. If I have money in savings, fixing the tire is a minor inconvenience, like, I have to fix a tire. But if I have to finance the tire, it's going to cost me more in interest and or finance fees, making it a potential catastrophe if I can't afford the payments. If I am forced to buy a used tire, then I'm probably going to have to buy more tires because they won't last as long as a new tire, which will always end up costing me more. However, if we don't have the money in our savings, or if we would deplete our savings with the emergency, then we may need to finance it. And if you must finance an emergency, it is important to know not all lenders are equal. Many lenders offer high-cost, low-benefit loans, making them predatory in nature. The people who use predatory lenders are usually people who cannot qualify for mainstream financing, but not always. Sometimes we just don't feel like we have another choice. And we really do. So here's something that I like to tell my clients. So when we have an emergency, most of the time we're going to have some type of barrier, meaning we'll need to pay for it, we need to take time off work, something is going to have to happen for us to take care of that emergency. But when that emergency happens, so imagine you guys are my long-term goal and I am the present. So then I have this emergency that happens. If you're my long-term goal and my emergency blinds me, I can no longer see you, my long-term goal. But when I move that emergency out just a little bit, now I can see you and you can clearly see me. But I still have to get over this emergency before I can make it to you. So basically, what I'm talking about is giving yourself some distance. Think about what else you could do to possibly get the money to handle that emergency. Or if there's another person that can handle that emergency, could you barter to get that emergency handled? Instead of those short term goals, which are short term fixes, which cause more problems later. Because when we are thinking short term, we don't make the best decisions. So, in short, the money savvy saver will seek the least expensive way to pay for emergencies. That will leave them on target to accomplish their longer term goals. Speaking of our long term goals, that was a convenient segue into our final habit of a money savvy consumer. Money savvy consumers make goals that last. We call them outcome and process goals. Outcome goals are the longer term end goals, and process goals are the smaller goals along the way that help us achieve that outcome. So, more or less, the why we are doing these goals and why we are making those goals are outcome goals, and the how is the process goals along the way that help us achieve that outcome goal. An example of this would be an outcome goal of buying a home. And the process goal would be increasing credit scores, saving money for a down payment, creating a spending plan, and all of those will move you closer to that outcome goal of buying a home. However, not all outcome goals are equal. An example of an outcome goal of finishing my degree is not complete because it is not smart. What is a SMART goal, you may ask, because finishing a degree sounds like a smart thing to do. But we need to ensure that our goals are specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time bound. Now, let's just explore that in motion. So, finishing my degree is an okay goal, but it's not very specific because what is my major? What school? Which degree? What are the specifics of that? Finishing my degree is measurable because I will know when I finish my degree because I will walk across the stage and shake someone's hand. Finishing my degree is achievable because other people have been able to receive their degree. I know that it exists. So finishing my degree is realistic because the goal is there. The institution is there. I can achieve that. And finishing my degree is definitely not a time-bound goal. So now let's make that goal a SMART goal. I would like to finish my master's degree in personal finance planning at Kansas State University by the year 2022. Now that's how to be smart. I know exactly what I'm working for. I know where I'm going to go. I know how long my timeline is. So it is all of the things that I need to include to be smart. Now, if you really want to achieve your SMART goal, you will write down your SMART goals and put it on your mirror. And always look at that to make sure that you are on target to achieve your outcome goals. Any questions? If you have any questions, feel free to type those into the chat and we would be happy to answer those now. Just give you a few seconds to type those out. Five, four, three, two, one. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed this edition of Tina Talks Finance. I will be back here Thursday at 10 a.m. Central. And remember, if you like this and want to see more, search hashtag Tina Talks Finance to watch our other editions. Have a good day, everybody.